Okay, so it's the morning after the big Game 7 loss to the Boston Celtics. Rinse and repeat for year after year here. And I see so much talk about things are going to change for the future. There's so many things that are going to change. Uh, and I can't share that sentiment because you might see a Harden walk, you might see a Daryl Morey get fired from his position, but if you think that Embiid is going to either force his way out of town or they're willingly going to trade him to like a team like Miami, I can't see that. I'll believe it when I see it. I think it's definitely possible. But the thing that makes it so impossible to happen is that the Sixers, for those of you who don't know, are planning on opening a new arena in Center City. If you don't know where the Sixers arena is now, it's more on the outskirts of the city in South Philly, more by the airport than it is in Center City. But anyway, they want to make an arena in downtown Philly. It'd be the only arena of the major sports teams anyway, in downtown Philly. And I just don't see you losing your perennial MVP caliber player and opening in a new arena with a reshuffled deck of the cards in a season or two from now. It'll be 2 seasons, not going to be next season. So, I mean, what optimism can you have going forward? It is just so abundantly clear that next level winning and regular season winning are just two completely different teams to mental capabilities of someone like Joel Embiid, a James Harden, the team, the culture, almost said the D word, Glenn Rivers. I even said in the comments of someone's video last night that Paul Pierce should leapfrog against anyone else that is in front of him on the all-time NBA list and be the number one player, even over Michael Jordan. Paul Pierce, quote me, Archfiend says Paul Pierce should be the greatest player in NBA history. Do you know why? Because he won a championship with Glenn Rivers as his coach. He overcome that atrocity, that monstrosity of perennial playoff choking and managed to win a championship. Paul Pierce is the greatest NBA player of all time. Because if you ask me, how is it possible to win an NBA championship with Glenn Rivers as your coach? It's impossible. I've never said anything that Michael Jordan has done to be impossible. So how can I not say that Paul Pierce ain't the greatest player ever? All that joking aside, or is it serious? It's just frustrating. Oh, and just on a side note, Ben Simmons getting all cocky and putting out stuff on his Instagram, laughing at the Sixers. Shh. You ain't about that next level winning life either, so shut your pie hole, bitch. And to those of you that they're willing to support the Sixers in the regular season, they ain't getting my hard-earned money in the regular season. What's the motivation to go and support this team right now? What is it? You tell me. Other than blind loyalty to what your home team is, what is the possible rationale in supporting this team right now? Oh, they're looking great. They're having a 50-plus win season. Whoop-de-doo. Been there, seen that again and again and again. Joel Embiid's playing at MVP level. Whoop-de-doo. I've seen that for the past 3 seasons. And last season, I have to actually say last season since the Sixers season's over. But the present season that's still carrying out with the real teams that deserve to be playing. And just, again, we had a situation where the top seed, and this happened when Atlanta beat the Sixers on Father's Day in a Game 7. you had a situation where, oh my God, the top seed from the conference got eliminated. This is your chance to go through with an easier path to the final. Nah, squander that again. That's why it's like, it's not just like they're losing, it's just like they get your hopes up. They get up 3-2. Oh, wow, 3-2 lead. Coming back home for game 6. Let's finish it out. Let's go. Nah. And not only are they not going to win that game 6, but they're not even going to compete at home. And going back to that next level winning life mentality, Jason Tatum, for the most part this series, has been awful. Awful. Game 2, even when the Celtics won, Jason Tatum made one shot from the floor that night. In that game 6 that the Celtics ended up winning, Jason Tatum was irrelevant for 3 quarters and 2 minutes into the fourth quarter. But that final 10 minutes and that game 7 performance is all anyone is going to remember, and deservedly so. As far as Jason Tatum's legacy, deservedly so is all you should remember. Because when it came to nut cutting time and saying, hey, we're going to the next round and I'm going to make damn sure of it, guys like him step up. What does Embiid do? I'm going to drop my head. Oh, darn, we're not winning. My body language is awful. When I get contested coverage, I'm going to put a shot up that lands 2 feet in front of the net. I can't even hit the rim on a contested shot. Jason Tatum's getting contested shots last night and cashing threes. That's what's like. How am I supposed to convince myself that this team is ever going to be about that next level winning culture with someone like Embiid here? Where has he been? Where has that MVP level Embiid been? It's been stuck in the regular season and never gets out of it. I don't care what you do in the first round of the playoffs. First round of the playoffs, when you're a top seed in your conference, you're playing a team that honestly doesn't deserve to really even be in the playoffs usually. Because a lot of times in the NBA, you very rarely see those top 3 seeds get eliminated in the first round. And the teams that are there are usually jokes. Like, that's the thing. Miami, a team that lost their first play-in game to the playoffs, is going to the conference finals. Like, that's who you could be playing, Sixers. A team that lost their first play-in game. That's the caliber of opponent. And I got nothing but respect for Jimmy Butler. I'm the guy who's been sitting here saying that, man, we should have dropped guys like Tobias Harris, traded Ben Simmons, whatever. Do whatever it takes to keep Jimmy Butler here. Instead, he bounced to Miami, and what did Miami do? Got right to the finals. And they may get to the NBA Finals again. I mean, that's all I got left. A rooting interest in Jimmy Butler in this playoffs. But honestly, I think Jason Tatum and the Celtics are going to school that team, if I'm being a realist here. I mean, Daryl Morey, how can you keep your job at GM? I mean, what has he done beyond the embarrassment of an era that is the Colangelo run? Oh, the burner accounts. Oh my God. How many levels of embarrassment can this team go through? I mean, what is the point anymore? But again, I'm beyond getting upset anymore. I'm beyond getting my hopes up anymore. Because I don't care. The Sixers could bang out 60-plus wins next season. That don't mean shit. And it won't mean shit until they get to at least the doorstep of the finals. If I could liken this to the Eagles, a real competitive sports team that is about next level winning, like Jalen Hurts had a just unforgivable table-turning, game-turning turnover in the Super Bowl against the Chiefs. But it's like, how many people are like, oh my God, when it came to that next level play, Jalen Hurts let us down. It's like, no, Jalen Hurts left the field still as the best player in that game. In a loss that honestly, his turnover, if it didn't happen, the Eagles probably win that game. How can I have that feeling for the Sixers? And there isn't that feeling for the Sixers. Joel Embiid is just a choke job when it gets past the first round. When it gets to a real playoff team that you're facing, he just doesn't step up. He doesn't overcompensate. Bad attitude players that surround him. And you get your shit pushed in by the Boston Celtics so many times on the reg. This is like the 25th or 26th time they beat them. They haven't beat them in the playoffs since 1982 or 83, whatever. Dr. J, Doc, the only Doc in this town that matters. Dr. J was on the team the last time that they beat the Celtics in the playoffs. And it ain't like they haven't faced the Celtics since then. It's been like 7-8 times they faced the Celtics since. Folks, I'm just here to tell you that don't expect anything other than more of the same. How can you? Keep your expectations low. My fellow Philadelphia Sixers fan, keep your expectations as low as possible. That's the only advice I can give you to just not be decimated when it comes to the second round of the playoffs at best next season. Is it Eagle season yet? Like, damn, let's go. That's all.